Hello students, I am Padmini. I welcome you all to this session. Today we are going to learn Abdul Kalam's biography, which is a topic of your English book, that is Behind My Childhood. So Abdul Kalam's biography is titled is The Wings of Fire, and the chapter My Childhood talks about the childhood of APJ Abdul Kalam ji. He was the President of India and a great scientist also. APJ talks about his upbringing, his parents, his siblings. He tells us about his friends and all those things that influenced his childhood. APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, was born into a middle class Tamil family, and his place of birth is Rameswaram. It is an island. It is an island town in the state of Tamil Nadu, in the Bay of Bengal. Today we know this state of Tamil Nadu, but when he was born, at that time the state was known as the Madras state. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's father's name was J. Alabuddin. APJ says that his father was not very rich. He did not have wealth. He was not highly educated. But despite these disadvantages, he had some other qualities. He was naturally very wise and at the same time very generous too. APJ Abdul Kalam's mother's name was Asiyama. She used to help his father. She was a great supporter and helped to him in every day-to-day life. APJ Abdul Kalam's mother was also generous and at the same time kind-hearted. Every day she used to feed a lot of people. She fed a greater number of people from outside than the total number of the members in their own family. Abdul Kalam had many siblings, and he describes himself that he had short height and common looks. He did not have any exceptional looks or exceptional qualities. On the contrary, his parents were very tall and handsome. They were very good looking. APJ did not inherit their physical qualities. APJ Abdul Kalam's ancestral house, which belongs to his forefather, that house was very old. It was built in the 19th century. It was a Pakka house which was made of bricks and limestone. It is located on the Musque Street in Rameswaram. APJ Abdul Kalam's father was very simple, but at the same time he was very strict also. He wanted to live his life in a simple way, and he used to teach his children not to waste money on the unnecessary things. APJ says that his father used to avoid any kind of inessential comfort, or you can say luxuries. He provided them all the necessary things like food, clothes and medicines. APJ says that his parents fulfilled all his needs. So this shows that he has the quality of gratitude. So APJ is thankful to his parents for whatever they did for him. So APJ was only 8 years old when the Second World War was broke in the year 1939. So we can calculate that he was born in the year 1931. The demand of tamarind seeds increased in the market. So APJ Abdul Kalam ji used to collect and sell the tamarind seeds to a provision shop located on Musque Street in Rameswaram. So he would earn a mere sum of 1 anna, which equals 6 pesos, when he addresses it as a princely sum. something very great and valuable. He is being ironic as the amount was very much or very less, but at that time this one Anna meant a lot of money for him. So APJ Abdul Kalam's brother-in-law, his name is Jalaluddin, used to tell him the stories of the ongoing World War. Later, APJ Abdul Kalam used to read the newspaper, that is Dinamani, and used to look for the news of the same stories. So Rameswaram. Rameswaram was a small island town. You can find here also. So far away from land. So it was not affected by the World War in the beginning. But after some time, India had to join the war and combine with the Allied forces. Then a state of emergency was declared in the country. During emergency, the president's rule is implemented in the country. It is like a curfew in the country. A lot of privileges which are given to people are withdrawn. So the first impact of World War II on the people of Rameswaram was the cancellation of the train stoppage at the Rameswaram station. Earlier, the train which came from India used to stop at Rameswaram station and then went further to Dhanuskodi. But now the halt was cancelled and the train went from India to Dhanuskodi without stopping at Rameswaram. With this, the newspaper bundle which used to come for Rameswaram was thrown out of the moving train as it reached Rameswaram road. Samsuddin. Who is Samsuddin? Samsuddin is APJ Abdul Kalam's cousin. He used to distribute the newspapers in Rameswaram. As the train stopped, as the train stoppage was cancelled and the newspaper bundle was thrown out of the moving train. So he needed someone to help him catch it. So APJ Abdul Kalam, he helped Samsuddin by catching the bundle and distributing the papers. So in return, Samsuddin paid him a salary which was APJ Abdul Kalam's first earning. This incident happened 50 years ago. Even now, that is when he wrote the book, The Wings of Fire, he could feel satisfied and proud of himself. APJ Abdul Kalam says that whenever someone else's own money with his hard work, he feels it the same way as he did. For a child, the figure of authority is the parents first, and the next figure of authority can be his teachers. So a person who has authority over the child, means APJ is saying here that whenever a child is born, he has some qualities which he acquires from the elders in his family. This depends upon the social status of the family and at the same time the environment at home. From his father, he inherited honesty and self-discipline. And at the same time, from his mother, he inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness. So at the same time, he was saying that his siblings also inherited these qualities from their parents. So Abdul Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam had 3 best friends during his childhood. Their names are Ramnath Sastri, Aravindan and Siva Prakasan. All of them belong to very strict Hindu Brahmin families and were ardent followers of their religions also. As we know that APJ Abdul Kalam was from a Muslim family. He says that during his childhood, all the children were so close to each other that they never felt that they belonged to the different religions. Religion was not a barrier in their friendship. There is a very famous temple in Rameswaram, the Rameswaram temple. APJ's best friend Ramnath Sastri. Ramnath Sastri, he was the son of Pakshi Lachman Sastri and he was the priest of that temple. When these three friends grew up, Ramnath Sastri took the priesthood of the Rameswaram temple. Aravindan at the same time started a business of transporting the pilgrims to and from the Rameswaram temple. And Siva Prakasan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. He was in charge of the catering for the railways. So whenever Sri Sita Rama Kalyanam ceremony used to take place, so APJ Abdul Kalam's family also took part in it. They used to arrange the boats for it. They used to make a special platform on the boats on which the statue of Ram and Sita were placed and transported from the temple to the marriage site, which was in the middle of a pond that is named Ram Tirtha. The pond was near APJ Abdul Kalam's house. When he was growing up, he never thought that there was any differences between Hindus and Muslims, as they participated in all the Hindu festivals wholeheartedly. APJ Abdul Kalam says that they listened to the stories from the Ramayana and the life of the Prophet from their mother and grandmother as bedtime stories. So they listened to stories of both Hindu gods and at the same time the Muslim gods. There was no differentiation of grounds of religion. As Abdul Kalam belonged to a Muslim family, so he used to wear a cape on his head which identified him as a Muslim. His friend Ramnath Sastri, who was the son of the priest of the Rameswaram temple, belonged to a Hindu Brahmin family, and he used to wear a sacred thread which is worn by especially the Brahmins. When these children were in class 5, a new teacher came to their class. APJ Abdul Kalam recalls an incident which happened there. So let us discuss what incident happened there. The new teacher could not tolerate that a Hindu priest's son was sitting next to a Muslim boy. He told APJ Abdul Kalam to go and sit on the last bench, as he belonged to the lower rank of the society. Both the children felt very bad when APJ Abdul Kalam changed his seat and went away and sat on the last bench. Ramnath felt very bad. APJ still remembers the image of his friend Ramnath crying. It left a lifelong impression on his friend's feeling for him. Both the children went home and told their parents about this incident. And Ramnath Sastri's father, Lachman Sastri, called the new teacher and scolded him. He told him not to kill the children's friendship by putting the venomous discrimination of caste and religious into their innocent minds. Lachman Sastri was very clear in himself. He told the teacher, either you ask sorry for the wrong you have done, or else you leave the school and this Rameswaram town also. The teacher asked sorry for the mistake he had done, and due to Lachman Sastri's determination, his thoughts about religion and caste changed. Siva Subramaniam Iyer's wife belonged to a traditional and Orthodox Brahmin family. She followed the religion very strictly, and to keep the kitchen pure, no one from an inferior religion was allowed to enter her kitchen. When Siva Subramaniam Iyer called APJ Abdul Kalam for dinner at his home, his wife feared that a boy from a Muslim family would make her kitchen impure. She refused to serve him food in her kitchen. Siva Subramaniam Iyer was neither upset nor angry. He himself served food to APJ Abdul Kalam and sat down beside him to take the food. His wife stood beside the kitchen door and looked at APJ Abdul Kalam while he was having food. APJ says that here he does not think that she felt there was any difference in the way he was having his food, or the way he was drinking water, or in the way he cleaned the floor after the meal. He wants to highlight here that religion does not matter, as it does not alter the way in which a person eats food. When APJ Abdul Kalam was about to leave Siva Subramaniam Iyer's house, he again invited him for dinner once again. When Siva Subramaniam Iyer saw the APJ Abdul Kalam was not at all interested to come to take dinner again. Then he asked him not to be so upset. He added here, if he had decided to change the system, to go against the norms of the society, then he had to be strong and brave, and he must confront the situations. So when he visited Siva Subramaniam Iyer's home for dinner the next week, his wife made him sit in her pure kitchen and serve him food with her own hands. This is the change that happened. When the Second World War got over in the year 1945, so India was about to get freedom, which happened in the year 1947. M.K. Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, known as the father of the nation. Here, it was a crucial part of the India's freedom struggle. He said that Indians, especially Indians, would build their own India. The entire country was filled with hope and happiness. Everyone is experiencing such a feeling which they had never felt before. Everyone was hoping that now they would get all their freedoms in their life. Next, the turning point of his life. So APJ Abdul Kalam asked his father to allow him to go to Ramanathapuram, which was the district headquarters for higher studies. So in this paragraph, we will get a bird, that is seagull. Seagull is a word. In replies, his father told him that he knew that APJ Abdul Kalam needed to go away so that he could move ahead in his life. He gave the example of a seagull which flies very high or flies away in the sky, all alone, and does not have a nest. It means it does not have a home of its own, as it keeps on flying from one place to another. So when APJ's mother came to know that he was about to leave home and wanted to go to Ramanathapuram for higher studies, she got upset. APJ Abdul Kalam's father tried to calm her down and told her a few lines from a famous poem which is titled Your Children, which is written by Khalil Gibran. He said that your children are not your children. He said that your children are not your children. They are the children of life. Don't think that you can rule your children. They are a result of life's desire for itself. They have their own thoughts. He asked her to give them freedom to fulfill their own thoughts in their life. The theme of my childhood is that our life is shaped by our experiences and the people around us. So Kalam's secure childhood. Second, inspiring parents, supportive friends and honest teachers instilled great values in him that gave him wings of fire. So what is the message we are getting from this biography? So my childhood gives the message that tolerance, acceptance, broad-mindedness and brotherhood are essential for all-round growth. So in order to reform social systems that are infected by prejudices of caste and status, one must be ready to confront obstacles without losing one's cool. So mutual trust and ease of communication help resolve all the hindrances. So my dear students, I hope you have understood this. Thank you.